So I want to talk to you guys about the Note 9. Yeah, the Note 9. I want to talk to you guys about that. And I really, to be honest with you, I don't want to talk about the Note 9 since it's really similar to the Note 8. But I do want to talk about the Note 10. I know it's a little bit early, but the reason I want to talk about the Note 10 is because like I said, I think the Note 9 is just the Note 8 with a bigger battery for the most part and a Bluetooth pen, and that's it. Nothing else different. But we really can't talk about the Note series without talking about the without the S Pen, because without the S Pen, the Note is just a standard phone, and for the most part, which is kind of weird about this is I think the Note is really in a league of its own when it comes to the competition. And as an Apple user, I just get really confused in terms of why manufacturers haven't really gone after Samsung's dominance in this market in terms of a smartphone with a stylus. No one is stepping up to the plate. I'm not sure if it's because of it's some kind of a patent or if it's if you hear my son in the background, I'm sorry, or if it's maybe the demand is just not there. I'm not sure, but no other manufacturer has really gone after this market. The funny thing is, and this may sound weird, I think, and I know some Note users, I know a lot of Note users that don't even use the phone for its full capability. They don't use the S Pen. They don't use Dex. They just pretty much want the big screen, and that's it. Nothing else, nothing less. Don't know why they just don't go with the S9 Plus, but they always go with the Note. But for the most part, there's really two things that really stand out about the Note that I really like, and the first one is it's always got the most advanced hardware, right? And then secondly, it always has the S Pen. So those are the two things that really stand out. So what comes next? A lot of people are probably saying, "Oh, it's going to be a foldable screen." I don't think it's going to be a foldable screen. But if you hang around to the end, I'll tell you what I think it is, and then you can kind of align what you think it is. And either we'll be on the same page or we'll be on different pages. Oh, my son will not go to sleep. But anyway, um, if it is a foldable screen, there's a couple things to keep in mind. I think it's going to be really expensive because um, I don't think anyone has really perfected the technology yet for foldable screens. Maybe Samsung has, maybe they haven't. But ha- if they if they want to bring this to the market, right? I think at least the first couple of years, people who go with these devices, like I said, they're going to be expensive. But secondly, um, I think for the most part, you'll be a beta tester, and that's not a bad thing. But anyone who adopts new technology, that's what you have to deal with. You got to kind of wait to see exactly how the device pans out. And I think the manufacturer, they learn from it, and then they improve on it. So for me, I always suggest going with second generation, particularly when it's new hardware. And also the reason why I think it's going to be expensive, if you think back, and this was kind of around the time when 2-year contracts was in full swing. The first iPhone was really expensive, if you guys remember. Um, but what I think you will see from the next Note and potentially the S9 next year, I think you're going to see an edge-to-edge Samsung device. I think they're going to get rid of the forehead, and they also going to get rid of the chin, and you're going to have a full screen. I'm hoping for an embedded fingerprint reader. Not sure if that's going to happen or not, but I think that's where we're at right now. If you think about it, we're really kind of leaving that dual camera era. Not to say there won't be phones with dual cameras, but I think that's just more of a standard at this point in time, and we're kind of moving into how much of an edge to edge phone we can get. And there's been some other manufacturers who actually who've manufactured these phones, but nothing from a big manufacturer like Samsung. And I think Samsung is going to be the first to do it. if you think about it, Samsung has really been dogging this notch out. You know, you've seen all the ingenuous commercials and ads that they've put on YouTube, and I think we're definitely going to see a full edge to edge Galaxy next year. I think that's where we're headed, and then I think after that, then we may see a foldable screen of some sort, but I still think that's a few years out, even though Samsung has been teasing us for a while with that device. Um, Shout out to Sean Be Nice. One of the things he said in his Note 9 video is the fact that it's really hard for manufacturers to really continue to outdo themselves. They sort of kind of continue to build on what they did from the previous year, pretty much what Samsung has done. But I think also Samsung and a lot of other manufacturers have something on the side, just kind of waiting to see when the demand really sprouts up and, customers are, or potential customers are looking for that product. And I think that's what that foldable device is for. I don't think I don't think the demand is there yet for it. And it's damn sure ain't there if it's going to cost what the rumors say about $2,000 because that's insane. Particularly when we have these, one plus devices that are $500 and they're like top end specs. So I don't see people paying $2,000 for a device. I could be wrong, but that's just a lot of money for a device. I know. Who is it? Is it the red phone? Is supposed to be really expensive. So, but $2,000 is a lot of money for a device. But who knows? You put on a payment plan, most people won't care. They'll just pay that monthly. I guess it would be like $80 a month for a phone. But we will see. One thing I do, I want to touch on what I mean by demand. If you think about it, and a lot of you guys probably know this, but some of you may not. Apple actually designed the iPad first, but then they used the iPad to from the learn from how they was going to design the iPhone, and then they came up with the iPad when the demand was there for it. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have in terms of what I think we're going to expect from the Note 10 next year. Some things that I hope they put in it as well is I guess a promotion or a 120 hertz display. That thing looks so good on the iPad. Put this on the Android phone or even the iPhone, and I will be in love with that smooth, very smooth transition. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this video up. If you guys have any input that you want to add to what you guys think is going to come next year, do you think it's going to be a foldable screen? Do you think it's going to be an edge-to-edge design? Let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.